So I have a theory, and that theory is that Futures
Is it your best theory?
Not a bad song. That album is not great, but that song I can get behind.
There's like 3 or 4 songs on that album I like.
Yeah, what's the other one? Coffee and Cigarettes?
I think it's called. That's a good one.
That was pretty good. But so my theory is that Futures is a secret concept album.
Okay.
And that this EP is a vignette from within that story. So in my mind, these 3 songs are the aftermath of Drugs or Me. The narrator chooses his partner, he gets himself clean, or at least he spends one night clean, and then disintegration hits. So on this EP, we get the final nail in the coffin of this relationship, the day after on Over, and then the narrator's partner moving out completely on Closer.
Wow.
Which, ironic title. Now, also keep in mind, this is a time when concept albums are in the air, especially in the punk and emo community. Coheed and Cambria had already released 2 with their first 2 albums. Dashboard Confessional had actually done a concept EP called So Impossible. And 1 month after Futures, or no, 1 month before Futures comes out, Green Day drops American Idiot.
That's right.
So this was something that was just kind of happening in the punk community at this
like
time.
1973 all over again.
Yeah. Now the problem is when you sequence the songs on Futures this way, it's more than a little unwieldy. Yeah. I have a playlist where I tried to do this, and there are spots where there are just long, slow dirges, just one after the other, and it kills all the momentum.
Yeah. Like if you insert these 3 songs after Drugs or Me, like, I don't think you could get through the back half of that album.
Yeah, especially after Bleed American, which is just full forward momentum.
That's nothing but 3-minute bangers.
Yeah. So
you really want to alienate your audience.
Yes, I think they made the right choice here. They took those 3 songs, they set them aside, they put them out as their own thing. And, we get this sort of immaculate EP.
Wow. Yeah. I like this too, because it does fit in with a lot of the themes on the songs. Like there's some dark themes on the songs. I mean, just look at the names of them, because you've got Work, Kill, Pain, Drugs or Me. But I can understand why they went in the other direction. I think they started to work on this. So they started to work on this with Mark Trombino, their producer from Bleed American and Clarity and Static Prevails. And
they've been with him for a decade at that point.
Yeah. And it just wasn't working out for whatever reason. Like, I think they had different visions for what they should be doing. And I think also like Jim Atkins started writing different songs, and he's like, this is just different now. Like, I think he got like halfway into that concept and then was like, okay, now I'm going to write Futures. Now I'm going to write The World You Love. I don't know what order he wrote these songs, but you know what I mean? It's like, these feel like a different vibe, like Nothing Wrong feels like something from like a later album, even maybe. But he started writing different stuff, and so they were like, oh, we're gonna change directions, and they decided to change directions, whether it was with Mark Trombino's input or not. Whether there was actually a falling out, I don't know. I don't want to say. That's up to them to talk about. It is worth noting that
they can come on the podcast and talk about it if they want.
Brian, how could they reach out to us?
Well, Bill, that's a really good question. I'm glad you asked. They could email us at thegreatalbums@gmail.com, or they could simply reach out to us on the socials at The Great Albums.
Cool. So where was I? I was talking about Jimmy World. I was talking about, the EP, Mark Trombino. They did, eventually reconnect with him. He produced another album of theirs. They recently were just doing like a YouTube series of going through Bleed American with him in the room and them in the room, and just kind of going through each song and talking about them. It was cool.
That is cool. That's good to know there's no like bad blood.
Yeah.
between the parties.
Yeah. Doesn't seem like Jim Atkins is like the kind of person to hold a grudge.
Yeah, but you never know.
He
With
seems
this
pretty
stuff,
chill and like very down to earth.
you never know though. When you're making art, when you're doing stuff like that, like people get weird, they get possessive.
Mm-hmm.
There's always a story, but that's good. Ultimately, that's good because these are that that entire Jimmy World catalog is not what it is without Mark Trumby. Like he's the fifth Jimmy Eat World. He's the fifth guy right there.